Hello people, welcome to class today. Welcome to my channel, the King's Tutor. If you're visiting for the first time, you can consider subscribing to my channel. Okay, today we're looking at converting the equation form to a general formula using factorization method. That is to convert ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0 to x equal minus b plus or minus b squared minus 4ac over what? 2a. We already know this as the general formula, or what is popularly known as the almighty formula. Okay, so today we're going to see how we can convert this, which is a general equation form, to what? To this, the almighty what? Formula, using the factorization what? Method. Okay, so we have solution. So now we have ax squared plus bx plus c equal 0. Okay, now from this, now follow my step. Okay, now the first step is taking the constant to the right hand side. Now this is a constant, the one that is standing alone, taking to the right hand side. The right hand side, it is the side at the right of the equality sign. So we have ax squared plus bx. Now this question over, it is plus here, it turns to what? Minus. That's equals to what? Minus c. Okay, now from this point, now the next thing we do, we said divide through by the coefficient of x squared. Take note, coefficient of what? X squared. Now what the coefficient of x squared? The value at the side of what? X squared. So we should divide through. So we now have ax squared plus bx equal minus c. Now this over a, this over a, and this over a. So if this cancels this, we're now left with x squared plus bx over a equal minus c over what? Over a. Okay, now we're advancing. So what do we do from this point? Now the next step is, we said add the half of the coefficient of x to both sides and square it. Now what they are trying to say, that we should add the half of the coefficient of x. What is coefficient of x? B over a. Now we should add it to both sides and what? Square it. Okay, and the coefficient of x, the half of the coefficient of x to both sides. Now in this point, now we have x squared plus bx over a plus, now the half of the coefficient of x. The coefficient of x is b over a. Now how do we get the half? Now to get the half of any number, what do? You multiply that number by 1 over 2. That is the half of, for instance, 4, multiply it by 1 over 2. So we have 4 over 2. So we're left with what? 2. That's 2 is the half of what? 4. So to get the half of b over a, we multiply it by what? 1 over 2. So that we can now have b over a times 1 over 2. So it will now be b times 1 is b over a times 2 is what? 2a. So what we'll have here now is what? B over 2a. And the cell should what? Square it. Equal to, the same thing applies here also. So we'll now have b over 2a, we'll square it minus c over a. Are we there? Okay, so at this point in time, now at this point in time, what do we do? Now we said taking perfect square of left hand side. The left hand side is the side at the left of the equality sign. Now, what is perfect square? Those values that possesses square. So x square possesses square. Now this possesses square, so we're taking just these two at the left hand side. So we can now have x plus b over 2a all square. I will neglect this because it doesn't have square. Okay, so we have equal to, now at this point we'll open this bracket. Now b square will give us this as b square. Now 2a square will now be 4a square, because 2 times 2 is what? 4, and a times a is what? A square. So we have minus c over what? Over a. Okay, now at this point what do? We said also taking LCM, that's the least common multiple of the right hand side. Okay, so we're going to take the least common multiple of the right hand side. Now at this point in time, what do? We'll write this as x plus b over 2a all square, now equal to, now what's the LCM of both sides is the multiplication of the two, which is what? 4a square. Okay, now 4a square divided by 4a square is what? 1. So 1 times b square will give us what? B square, minus 4a square divided by a will give you just 4a, eliminating one of the a, times c will now give you what? 4a what? C. Are we together? Okay, so at this point in time now, what do? We said square root both sides. I want to square root both sides, so it means x plus b over 2a all square is now square root like this. Okay, equal to plus or minus square root of b square minus 4ac over 4a square. Okay, this cancels this and this cancels this, so we have x plus b over 2a equal to x plus b over 2a equal to plus or minus. Now the square root of this still remains there, but the square root of the denominator can go. Okay, so still remain this as b square minus 4ac over the square root of this now will now give us just what? 2a. Okay, because the square root of 4 is 2, square root of a square is what? A. Okay, so at this point in time now, we're gonna make x the subject of the what? Formula, by transposing all non-x to the other side. So x is standing alone. Now this is moving to the other side, so it will turn to x equal to what? Minus is positive, crossing over it turns what? Minus b over 2a plus or minus square root of b square minus 4a what? C over what? 2a. Okay, now in this form now, let's make it to have what? One denominator. So we have x squared into 2a. Now 2a divided by 2a is 1. 1 times minus b, I have minus b plus square root of 2a divided by 2a is what? 1. 1 times this, we have b squared minus 4ac. Okay, so that is how to find the what? The That's how to convert. That's how to convert the general formula, which is ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0, to the general formula. You see, this and this are the same. Okay, thanks for staying with us. If you want to stay with us to see more videos, please subscribe. Click on the subscribe button. It is absolutely what? Free. Then you click on the bell to get notification when we upload more videos. We will not be uploading only mathematics. We will upload also accounting and other courses from O level to